Alright guys, welcome to RC Mojo. This week we're going to cover up the MFC and add a magnetic mount for the roof. It's going to be a bit cut down lengthwise, partly because it would seem I didn't record when I thought I was, and there's been some non-RC events taking up my time. I think we can still get a good video out though. Right, we have the cab on the chassis and you can clearly see the bottom of the MFC between the seats, which isn't great. Plus, in through the side windows you get a great view of all the wiring, which again really isn't very good. The plan is to use some of this black plastic to make a cover to hide all the unsightly gubbins. Now, I thought I was recording the assembly, but apparently not. So here's the cover in its completed form. It's made up from 3 bits of black plastic with a 3D printed frame to make it nice and solid. It'll cover up the MFC and all the wiring, but you can still remove the side screws and side panels to get at it all if needed. To fit, we need to remove the MFC from its mount. It's only held on with a couple of bits of servo tape, so we can slot in a flat-bladed screwdriver and ease it off. We used the Fast Tracks branded servo tape, so it's not going to fall apart, making it really easy to remove. Next we have the 2 screws that attach the mount to the chassis plate. They come out along with the mount. Next we peel off the servo tape. Note how easily it comes away, leaving nothing behind. It really is very good stuff. Next the mount needs to attach to the front of the cover. Now I just use a couple of fresh bits of servo tape to keep it simple. Again, I didn't record it. But here we are, ready to fit. Before we do though, we need to attach the MFC to the inside of the cover. Just like before, we're going to use a couple of bits of servo tape after a quick clean with some alcohol. We don't need a full strip of servo tape, just a couple of squares is going to be plenty. Now we can screw the mount back down to the plate and the MFC is hidden. If we pop the cab back on, you can see, or rather you can't see, the MFC. From above, it sits just below the inside of the cab, so there's a little bit of clearance. Once the inside of the cab gets painted matte black, it's going to completely disappear. Right, next we have the roof. There's going to be some extra electronics up there for cameras and whatnot, so we need to make it easily accessible. The easiest way to do that is with magnets. Again, I seem to have managed to avoid recording the assembly entirely, but here we have a new speaker mount that has pockets for magnets along the sides. Inside the roof, the posts that normally have the screws for mounting it now have 2 magnet mounts instead. We just need to glue in some magnets, which again I didn't record. I think I must have been in far too much of a rush. Right, I've drilled a large hole in the back corner of the cab, again not recorded, to run the wires down to the MFC, so we need to pass them all through and fit the speaker properly. The plate is sized to fit the Tamiya MFC speaker and uses 4 M3 screws. I think it looks pretty tidy, but it's going to look even better once the top of the cab's painted black. It's almost going to look like it was always there. Before we drop the roof onto the cab, I'm going to stick a couple of squares of tape over the magnets. At this point they were only just glued in a few minutes before, and we don't want the glue to seep and stick the roof on permanently. The roof then just jumps into position when offered up, or it would if the wires didn't get in the way. There's such a rat's nest up there at the moment that they often find their way between the parts. When moved out of the way, the roof sits perfectly. You'd never know it was different. With the bumper refitted, that's another little step complete. I'll try and get the 3D printed bits up on Thingiverse in time for this video going live, but no promises. There will be some links in the description when they're ready. Sorry for the really short video this week, but time really isn't on my side. Hopefully we'll get back to a decent length next time. Right, as always, thanks for watching. Like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment if there's something on your mind. Bye guys!